money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all think so, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby late, race snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, like a Monday, throw body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just reply. Say, I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back, with me pretty.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here you go, man. Good. 380. 80 hot. 3 hot.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, ready. Round 80. Hot. 3 hot.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Buffalo wall. 5-4. Set. 380. Ship. 8 hot. 3 hot.
They go play action. Rivers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. first down carry by Allen. And he stopped immediately there. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Cook has it left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Play fake, Rivers. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Rivers. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Rivers to Barkley on the check down. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And Ingram holds it in. Still shedding tackles. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. Able to spin free. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
And the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. The give is to Elliott. Pretty move. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Pushing his way inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the 1st down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Go to the right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down throw here for Rivers. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the... This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, got 180.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. B.J. Goodson coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Mendoza. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pick up there at 20 yards. A give to Elliott. Good footwork at the 30. The 20. 34 yards there and a first down.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score? And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll get it up the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Kareem Martin in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Rivers. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. A first down carry for Barkley, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
12. Set.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. They
only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now, he's got a man. Complete. He got 29 yards that time. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great...
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Powers ahead at the 45, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. A toss out to Barkley. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Delta!
In your face.
Hey, hot!
Rivers on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. On play action, Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right, and that's going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Completes it right side to Cooper. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Elliott. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
He'll drop to throw. And he finds Cook. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jared Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out come the Giants. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Cluster.
Final play of the half, Rivers. Over the middle to Beckham. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This is Elliott. What a spin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We could talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now Elliott. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the sec. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jared Cook with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And he'll bang that one through.